Hello, I'm John Cook, co-founder of GeekWire, and on behalf of GeekWire Studios, I'm thrilled to be joined today by two of my favorite Seattle area entrepreneurs, Esha Joshi and Varun Puri of Yoodli. Thanks for joining us here today.
Thanks for having us. It's such a blast and honor to be here.
So we're here celebrating Madrona's 30th anniversary. You're one of the newer portfolio companies for Madrona. Maybe you could share some insights on what Madrona has meant for you and some of the value they've brought to you as entrepreneurs.
Yeah, I can start. Our running joke with Madrona is all of Madrona is working for Yoodli. Sometimes they give us a hard time about it, but from SOS HR calls to board meetings to helping us with recruiting to events like these, helping us with marketing, it's been awesome. In fact, fun story, we had just moved to Seattle with the idea of Yoodli. We wanted to build this private real-time speech coach, and we met Madrona just a week after we came up. And they wrote a check in us. And I'd heard of stuff like this happening in the movies. And Madrona invested in us just when we had the idea, no team, no product. And they've been by our side through that. So we are very grateful. It's been such a blast.
Esha, what has stood out to you about the relationship with Madrona?
You know, Madrona's mantra is from day one for the long run. And whenever I hear slogans like this, I'm always like, psh, what does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. Truly, Madrona has been with us from day one, maybe like 7 days in till today, and for every step of the way, continuing this joke. Whatever season that Yoodli is in as a company, we are reaching out to 3, 5, 6 different people within the Madrona ecosystem, and they are happily taking our calls, screening interviews, giving us their takes on different candidates, and helping us build our company, and it's been awesome.
So the entrepreneur and VC relationship can be a little strained at times. Can you explain a little bit about how that works with Madrona and the relationship you've had with the partners you've been able to work with here in the firm?
Yeah, I can give you all one example. I'm very skeptical of VCs, right? I have friends in the founder world who've had terrible experiences. We can look at 200 TechCrunch articles to see the same thing. Well, and this is not just marketing spiel. I started Yoodli to help kids in India speak with confidence. Esha's dream, and Esha, let you speak to this, is to help women speak with confidence. What we really love about Madrona is they are helping us build the company we want to. Maybe helping the kid in India and the woman who's struggling is not the biggest business. Not once has Madrona ever questioned that. We're doing the B2B stuff, we're making money on the side, but Madrona's always helped us lead with our why. In fact, during our earliest fundraise, I'll never forget this, we were chatting with Matt, and obviously Esha and I were really worried, right? Like, we're talking to Matt McElwain, he's this big dog investor, what's going to happen? And Matt asked a question, and I was like, Matt, talking about the VC perspective, we're going to build this B2B company with this massive TAM, and Matt just looked at us in the moment and said, that's not who you are, that's not what you want to do, why are you lying? And I was like, well, I thought that would land the check, and literally, Matt looked at us and said, that's not why we're investing in you. We're investing in you for your passion. And that really stuck with us, and they've been very true to that from day zero.
When you think about Madrona's impact beyond just you as founders into the greater role here in the Pacific Northwest tech ecosystem, maybe you could describe a little bit about that role. Anything stand out to you about Madrona's role beyond just founders?
Absolutely. Madrona does a fantastic job in giving back to the community and tagging in founders and people in their ecosystem to help support their desire as well as our desire. You know, our goal has been, how do we change one person, 2 people, and then millions of people's lives with communication? And there is such a market of untapped potential coming out of universities, coming out of other companies. And so how have Madrona and I partnered together to speak to these folks? And they always ask us, do you want to speak? And speak about your journeys as founders, less so about Madrona, but more about what does it take for, you know, a woman to become an entrepreneur. There aren't too many of us, unfortunately, though it's getting better. And so how can we spread more of that messaging, again, regardless of entrepreneurship and more around just the notion of building? And I think that's pretty amusing.
Yeah. And as founders, looking at your relationship with Madrona over the years, does anything surprise you about how the firm operates? Maybe in contrast to some of the other firms you work with.
I mean, echoing what I just said, Madrona is helping us build the company that we always wanted to build. There have been times that we've steered off because something sounds flashy or the market opportunity is big. But I'm most proud of the fact that they are by our side. And I've said the stupidest things in board meetings. My God, I'm not going to go into all of it. they'll call us out and they'll still continue to back us. And that's been really special.
I think from my standpoint, when we first started as founders, we were told by others that VCs are there, for some kind of accountability. They write your checks, but they are hands off. And so we took that to heart, and we were like, okay, this is what the relationship is going to be. And we thought that at first, and Madrona was like, no, we have people here who are hired, specialists who are hired to help you. Use us, use these resources. And as soon as we understood that, and it was from the very beginning, they've been incredibly supportive in lending themselves to help us out, and almost being proactive with us. They do in many ways feel like another co-founder. It's been awesome.
Awesome. Well, Esha Joshi, Varun Puri, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.